We're back in recording mode. So I did kind of figure out the phone for the camera to, and then I got this remote. It's for this light system that I got. And see, it's have you can change it to different temperatures for the recording. You know, so I feel like I've got enough equipment going on to where I can go ahead and quit playing with it and waiting for perfection. You know, I can do the sound, I can do the video, I got loud lighting, and I got equipment that I feel is quality enough to do what I need to do. You know, and so I wanted to start a podcast, and basically what I want to do is to help folks just get going. You know what I'm saying? Like me myself, I like to see stuff happening. You know, I've always had visions, always had ideas, but I find myself not completing everything, starting and getting hype and starting stuff, and you know, and creating it. And like I'll go out and buy, like I bought all this equipment that I wanted. I didn't buy it all at one time. Over time, I purchased it. You know what I'm saying? And hold on to it, use it what I can. Use like when I'm doing Zooms and stuff, I would use the mics, the headphones, and the device, the recording device. You know, but truthfully, what I wanted it for was to do podcasting, and so then I purchased lighting, so that helps. And so now I know I have enough to get. I have no excuse. You feel me? I got no more excuse to say, well, I need this, I need that. Because you know, you look out here and there be somebody have this device, they'll have that, they'll have, and you'll just be chasing devices, you know, the next shiny object. And so for me to stop all that, I said, okay, it's 2026, Victor. Now, you know what time it is. Get to going. You got everything set up. You set up a little studio set. You got your equipment. Let's go and get it cranking. Let somebody come in here and watch you do it. Record yourself going through what you're going through, testing out your equipment. You know what I'm saying? Testing out and how it works and everything. Get feedback from people. Answer questions on the devices. Because to me, the sound of this microphone is gangster. You feel me? Now I do have a wireless mic that'll go to the phone, but I don't have it available. I think I left it in my storage unit. So I'm gonna go looking for that tomorrow and pull it out and hook it in there and see how that records. Because the sound is going through, the sound is still going through the phone with the phone, microphone. But then the sound is going through this mic and going into this P4, which is being recorded. So I can always pair it in the editing process. But I can actually also wire that phone to this P4 so that the sound could go through the P4 from the phone, and that'll put it on the track so the timing will work right. So I may do that in a little while just to try that out and see how that works out. I've used it before when we were doing Zoom calls. I used it. So I do know the device, it works, everything works. It's just I haven't really used it to record for a video to present on YouTube or anything like that. Okay? So I want to let you know, if you got any questions, you want to know anything about what I have, the equipment, all you got to do is ask. You know, type in the comment below. And if you want to follow me, like the content and follow me, subscribe. You know, because I'm going to walk through this. You know, I will show you the background of what I'm going through, what I've done, and what I purchased. Because I also purchased some cameras, you know, like I went to some pawn shops. You know, I'm going to tell you, I try my best to spend money as wisely as possible when developing something like this. Because I don't know. You know, you could look at cameras. The camera costs $5,000 and stuff like that, and I don't have $5,000 for no camera. You know what I'm saying? Not yet. But so what I've done, I looked for digital cameras, and I went to the pawn shop here, and I go to pawn shops and look around and see what they have. So I did find a couple, but the problem that I was having is the wiring to wire it to the switcher, because I wanted to have 3 or 4 cameras, set up, and then you could switch it for different positions. So, because like at my church, I worked the boom camera. The boom camera is a real big camera that goes out and moves around the crowd. So I used that. I worked that, and then when I be around the audio people, I can see how they set it up. So they have monitors with several cameras, and so they have switches to switch from camera 1, camera 2, camera 3, camera 4, camera 5. And so I purchased a miniature switch. And so I was hooking up the cameras that I purchased, but none of them really had the right wire. So I've been looking for wires that could hook it up from mini HDMI to regular HDMI. So I haven't been successful with that. So that's one of my loopholes that I have to try to figure out. So what I was going to do is take the cameras and go to like an audio place, audio video place. I haven't really found one. I'm gonna have to spend some time and really go looking into it, do some research, and finding a place. I bought some things online, and they just didn't work. So I'm gonna have to I really want to go to a place and talk to some audio, video text, and maybe they can assist me in getting the right cables that I need. And then that'll be great, because then I can have at least 2 cameras and then my phone. And that'll give me a couple different views, like an upper view angle from one side to the other. Then that way, if I want to do over the shoulder shot, where you can look over my shoulder and see what I'm doing, like when I'm on the screen or whatever, opening up a new device or something, or just talking about it, that'll be a great thing to be able to have a different shots and different views. Yep. So I think ahead of it and try to plan it out, of what I want. But the biggest thing that I do is I'll wait and try to wait until I get it all together. Then it's supposed to be perfected. But it's never going to be perfect, because then the devices will get older and somebody will say, oh, well, this one is better than that. And you'll stop and go for that. Well, I'm not trying to do all that. You feel me? I'm not trying to do all that. I've been doing that long enough. So it's get into action and move. You know what I'm saying? It's 2026. I ain't sitting on the bench no more. Let me in. Show me in. Drop me in, coach. Bring me in. Call me in. I'm just getting in on my own. I'm stepping on the field. I'm stepping on the court. I'm running in. Get out the way. Get out the way. I'm coming in. You feel me? So if you feel like you need to just get off the bench, and get up and get running, get off the couch, get out the car. You feel me? Hey, like and subscribe, my man, my homegirl, whoever you is. Like and subscribe. Follow me through this little journey, because I'm going to keep it going. Yeah, it's interesting how, I'm a gadgeter. I like gadgets. And I grew up, when I grew up, there wasn't no computers. They had computers. There was a big mainframe inside a big building. You feel me? So I went to school in '90 for desktop publishing and printing technology. And that's when personal computers really just started coming out. Apple had came out with the one machine called the Lisa, and Microsoft and them were just they had the big computers. You know what I'm saying? So there really wasn't no personal computers out. They were word processors and typewriters and word processors. Now, some of y'all might not even know what a typewriter is, but a typewriter was what you type like this. And the letters pop on the paper. Yeah, and so then the word processor was almost like a computer, but it was like a typewriter, and you could backspace to erase. On a typewriter, you had to use magic eraser or paper. This is a long discussion on that. I don't want to go through it. I don't want to bore you with it. But then they came out with the personal computer, where a person can have a computer in their home. That used to wasn't a thing, you know. And now look at today, we got phones that are actually computers, you know. So we come a long way in the last, I'll say in the last 33 years, because my daughter was born in '92 and I had her on the computer when she was like 4 or 5, you know. And so that's when the personal computers were really beginning to be, I would say affordable, but they were like $5,000, $6,000, you know, back then. And but you can get them used or you know, open box. And if you worked at certain places, you could get it at a good price. So you could get them from employee, as you was an employee, you could sometimes get the used ones from the company. And so, yeah, and then, you know, so nowadays you see we even got iPads and things like that. They didn't have that then, you know. One of the biggest devices was they had this little phone and you could type in it. I can't remember the name of it, but I could see it. And they had a little teeny keyboard with the letters on it. And that was the top thing. Everybody, oh, if they had one of those, they figured they was the shit, you know. When I find out the name of it, I'll put it up on here in the comments below. But so now that I got this all set up, the lighting is decent enough. I could go brighter. I got other lights. I could make it brighter. See, as you can see right here, I could just push the button and it'll make it dimmer or it'll make it brighter, you know, hotter, you know. So this is really neat, and it's not expensive. I got these lights on Amazon. See, now look at that. See how brighter that is? It's whiter. Yeah. So this was good. Look at the kind of blue. There we go. So this was a good purchase. The other lights that I have, they're bright, they're nice too. You can dial them, but you can't. It doesn't have a remote. So this helps for my side lighting. The other lights I don't even have up over here. This is basically just doing everything I have. So that works great. And then with this, see, I'm still recording. You put a little disc in here, and it records. So I can edit it onto the. I would take the disc out and put it on the disc reader on my laptop, and then download this video or upload it, shall I say, up to YouTube, and then I can edit it inside YouTube if I need to. But what I'm going to do, I'm not even going to play with it like that. I might later on, but I just want to test it. But I'm going to try. Well, I'm not going to try. I'm going to hook the camera up to this P4, and that way everything, all the sound will go from here through the P4. And one good actual thing about it is each microphone has its own track. So when I hook the camera up in there, it's going to have its own track. And then this microphone has its own track, so it'd be separate files. So, I mean, that works when, you know, certain things happen when you doing recording. You can edit a separate track. You feel me? It's an intricate kind of process, but it has its advantages. It do. The disadvantages may be on your ability, your skill, you know, ability. And that's like with me, the learning curve. You know, I've always worked with computers, and because I was in printing technology, desktop publishing, so I work with computers. I have some kind of knack with them, you know, and so editing and stuff like that I can do. It's just the thing is having the right apps, software, you know, and it is time consuming. So you have to really sit down and just get into it. And once you get into it, you'll be like, won't time go by? You know, there's a lot of apps coming out now to where it cuts down on the time because AI will do some of the work itself, you know, but then sometimes it chops it up where you might not like it. And so you can also go into it and edit it, self-edit, you know. You can even adjust from what they did, you know, like Opus Clips. I use that. I tried that a few times, and it does pretty good, but then sometimes it'll cut it not at the right, in the mid of a sentence or something like that. But you can go in it and adjust it. That's one thing I like. But it takes time for you to do it. You just have to play around with it, and that's one thing I can tell you. If you want to do it, you want to learn it, because I find myself watching videos, learning stuff, and then you not getting real hands-on with it. Hands-on is the really way to go with it. Because listen, there we go. Once you learn it by doing it, you'll remember it. You know what I'm saying? You'll know how it goes. Now, watching it is cool, but then you won't learn it. You'll see it. It'll look familiar. Like what I do, I may watch it one time and then go in the app and start playing with it. And keep the YouTube, whatever I'm watching, keep it up and maybe fast forward it, rewind, pause, just to get the right, sequence of how to do the task. And that works for me. And then once you're doing it, you're going to have it. Once you do it a few times, you'll have it. That's how it works with me. And so I'm just glad that I'm doing this right now, and I hope this helps you guys. If nothing else, it helps you motivate to get started. And don't be afraid of it. You could get stuff out here for hardly nothing. Like this mic, you could even buy used mics at the pawn shop. Like these mics were like $100 a piece. You know what I'm saying? This was like, this P4 was like $200, and I've had it for a while. I've used it. I got my money out of it, but I'm just saying, things like this doesn't cost a lot. You could get started, and like these stands, these mic stands, I just got these online through Amazon, and they were like $30 a piece. And I wanted them because I needed something to kind of sit at the chair, because I was setting up this little thing, this little space, because I got other stands, but they were for tabletop, But with this one, they can arm and go right to you. You can pull it out as you sit in the chair and talk. So I like this setup. It's working good for me. Of course, there's certain things you may have to do to it to make it fit, because they're not expensive. So they're gonna have they like, it seems like it drops down on its own. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a there we go. I'm a see, it's got top weight on here, so this is pulling it down, so it's going down. I don't know if you can notice it, but it's sending itself down. Yeah, so what I would do, I'm gonna set up something and put like a spring or something on it, or a counterweight to kind of hold it in place, to where while we talking and communicating, it won't be going down and you have to always pull it up, because it makes sound while you are trying to adjust it. It makes a sound vibration into your microphone, So if I put it way up here, and you have to really put it tight to where it'll lock. And then you think you got it tight, but then you'll see it drifting down. See, like right now, it's in a good position, I think. You tell me, is it a good position? But anyway, that's how it is. And that's what I like about this setup, because it's the arm that comes right at you. You don't have to touch it. I mean, sometimes you may have to touch it to move it, or just adjust your seating. And I got the little swivel chair, so that kind of, it feels comfortable to me. So I'm really proud of my little setup here. And so now the thing is to invite people or persons to come and sit in the other chair and have some conversations to help give more content out here for the folks. I mean, and what I want to do is interview people about themselves and about what it took them to get started and doing whatever they're doing. Because a lot of us I could say everybody goes through a slump. Everybody gets stuck into some form of pause moment to where you just, neutralized, comfort zone. But how do you get out of it? How do you get unstuck? What motivated you to get unstuck? What motivated you to finally get going and go past where you normally would stop at? You feel me? And that's where I'm at right now. I go through bursts of energy. I'll get on something, be on it for a while. Like I'm learning AI and different stuff. I stay on it for months and get zoomed in on it, and then I slack off. And like buying this equipment and everything. But now it's all set up, and I was like, I ain't got no choice but to get into it now. And so that's why I'm doing it. And so that's what I want to get out of people, to see what can you tell me, then in turn we could show the world of what things they can do to help them get unstuck. Because everybody got different stories. Something that I say may touch you, you may be able to relate with, but then somebody else come in here and you could relate with a little bit more better. You hear me? So that's what this is all about. And I just want to be able to help people to get going, because a lot of things out here in the world will tell you that you can't do this, you can't do that, or you ain't smart enough for that, or you ain't pretty enough, or you ain't handsome enough, or you ain't tall enough, you too fat, you too skinny, you ugly, you whatever. And all those kind of things stick with you. I'm gonna tell you something, they do. I've made it to be 60, I'm 66 now, and a lot of things that been said to me in a negative form still resonate inside you. You feel me? I had went through something when I was in the 3rd grade, and it's still inside me, And it's not like you think about it, but it's be in your subconscious. It be inside your inner workings parts inside of you. And you're not subconsciously thinking about it. But for some kind of way, it rears its ugly head inside your inner parts. And so that's why I want to be able to just put other people in the mix to help get the word out of, life is gonna be life, and we have to do what we can do to lift each other up. And that's what it's all about. And so my name is Victor M. McCoy, and I inspire, empower people to become victors. And what is a victor? A victor is a winner. And that's what I want you to do. I want you to win. I want you to rise up and win. So I'm Victor M. McCoy. Peace out. If you like what you're hearing, you like what you're seeing, you want to follow me, subscribe, comment. Let me know what bothering you, what holds you up, or what kind of topics you would like to hear about. You feel me? Because that's what I want. I want to be able to help you guys improve your life, or adjust, adapt, or just empower you guys to go through whatever you have to go through with a powerful mindset. All right? Thank you very much. Peace out. Now, we're going to tone it down now. I'm going to cut the lights out. Look at that. Hit the one button, the lights supposed to, there it go. The lights out. And so I'm going to reach over here and pick up the little gimbal. Look at that. See, now that turned out, that ain't bad right there. And then I'm going to stop recording. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Poof.